If you're looking at the calendar and feeling like you are too far behind to start on your goals that you set for 2025, first of all, I want you to know you are not alone in feeling behind or feeling like you haven't even started to accomplish any of the things that you set out to do this year. Okay. I want you to know it's not just you. It's a distracting time of year. This is literally the middle of the year. And you may have set goals in January and you look up in June and you haven't even started on your list, right? But it's not the end of the story. I want you to know you are directly in the middle of the story, right? And that being said, I want to do some vision boarding with you. I want to revisit vision boards, maybe that you crafted in January. But before I do that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about shifting your mindset and resetting so that you can flourish for the rest of the year. Okay. Now, I've shared this before, but I remember feeling like I was behind in undergrad school, right? I didn't finish on my timeline. I was 2 years past the timeline that I should have been finishing. And so I felt extremely behind. I judged myself. I had internal self-talk that was telling me I was a failure, as well as external talk from others that was like reinforcing the idea that just because I was behind in that moment, that I was doomed, right? And that's how it can feel when you are behind. It can feel like it's too late. Everyone else is accomplishing. I didn't do it. Take 2025. In January, maybe you set a goal to start working out 3 times a week. In January, you said it's June, and you haven't worked out one time, honey. But I just want you to know you are still not too late, right? You can revisit your vision for the year. You can use the mid-year to reset and realign to whatever you had determined that you wanted your year to look like, right? Sometimes, and I've been guilty of this, we won't do something in the beginning. And so then we'll start feeling guilty. We'll start beating ourselves up. Our internal talk, right? The things we're thinking and saying about ourselves is telling us like it's too late. And so then externally, we start aligning with that and we go, oh, it's too late. Well, it's already been 6 months, but you have 6 more months to go. We are literally right here at the perfect time for you to start on your goals. And sometimes I think you could set a goal in January, but maybe it's better to wait a few months into the year to set your goal. And I'm saying that because everyone says, oh, in January, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But maybe you need to let the year come in and sit with the year for a while. Maybe you need to see how the year flows a little bit. Maybe you need to allow yourself the space to think about what you want your goals to be. And you may have done it already, but the goal could have shifted. So, for example, maybe instead of saying, I want to work out 3 times a week, maybe you're like, you know what? I want to work out 5 times a week. Or maybe you're saying 2 times a week might be better. How can I maximize those 2 days? And so sometimes either revisiting those goals or setting them a little bit later in the year, it might be better for you, right? And so I want to ask you this. What if your timeline isn't the problem? What if your belief about where you are right now is the issue, right? The middle of the year is a powerful moment. It's not about hustling harder. It's about pausing and realigning with the goals you set already, or coming up with the goals that you feel like fit, right? So I want to ask you a few reflective questions. And what I'll do is pin them to the comments later. But the first question is, what vision for this year have you buried out of fear that it's too late to get started? What vision for this year have you buried out of fear that it's too late to get started on that goal? Where have you been shrinking and hiding? Right? Next question. Where have you been shrinking in this year and hiding and not showing up? And the last question is, who told you it was too late for you to start on your goals for 2025? Who told you that? Are you telling you that? Did a homie tell you that? Are you just looking around at what it looks like other people have accomplished? So you're telling yourself like, well, it's too late. And I've been guilty of this, right? Well, I didn't start then, so why would I start now? Because it's never too late. You can start small and you can start where you are. Right. And so that's why I thought about this. I was thinking, what can I offer that would be really helpful to like the community? And I think something that would be helpful, and I'm going to start doing this from now on, is a mid-year vision board reset. As you can see, I got my vision board. I got that from the Dollar Tree, I believe. I have a few supplies right here, some scissors, some scotch tape. I have these old letters I found on clearance and some magazines where I can sit and I can cut out some pictures, cut out some words, and just start putting them on my vision board. But I just wanted to come on and I wanted to connect with you and see what is it that, what are you allowing, ask you these questions about what you're allowing to hold you back, right? And so I also want to tell you, in the same vein of like starting in the mid-year, I'm launching my coaching community. It's called Flourish Forward, right? And what makes Flourish different is it's not about pretending to be aligned. It's not about pretending to be okay. It's about you transforming right where you are while being supported, right? Flourish is a space where women are not judged by what they feel like they didn't get right, by what they didn't accomplish, but you are seen for who you are becoming, right? It'll be weekly encouragement, accountability. It'll be personal and professional leadership development. And I personally think when you work on that personal, everything else starts aligning anyway. It'll be a place to heal within community, right? So inside Flourish Forward, we're going to do the mindset work. And so it's all about shifting our mindset, right? And that is also aligned with the heart work so that you stop sabotaging yourself, stop telling yourself you can't do things, stop with that destructive self-talk that I've been guilty of, right? That I've had to work to overcome, that I still work on. I never stop working on it. So I'm telling you this from a place of knowing and understanding, right? So we'll be doing that mindset shift work. And so if you know your vision still matters, if you know it's not too late, if you're tired of trying to do it alone, like you set your goals, but you weren't able to accomplish them, Flourish was created for you, right? It's the version of you that's still dreaming. It's the version of you that is tired of shrinking back and not getting started, right? It's the version that's ready to lead your life with confidence and with clarity. I'm going to drop the link, but this community is waiting on you, right? You have not missed your moment. You are not too late. You're right on time. And this is one of my affirmations that I tell myself. A time I tell myself when I say like, hey, you're not behind, is when I am feeling literally behind for like an appointment, right? I'll literally say, Kimberly, you are not behind. You are right on time. And that's what I'm telling you today. Just because you didn't get started on something earlier this year does not mean that you should miss this mid-year reset, right? So let this be that mid-year reset. It's no pressure, but let it have peace in it, right? Let it be a flow. Let it be an alignment, right? And so I'm going to drop that link in the comments, but you're not behind. You're just beginning again. And so I'm going to get started on my vision board. That's going to be the next video, but I wanted to come on and tell you what I was doing and why I was doing it. So there will be a part 2, and that'll just be me doing the vision board with you. So if you want to join me on that, get you a cheap, listen, this Dollar Tree stuff. These are like pieces of paper I taped right here. I have like this old sticky note pad, and I taped it right here. You see, I put 2025 back there. Got me some old magazines. And so that's what I'm using. I got markers. It's real makeshift, you guys. It's not fancy, but sometimes that's the best, right? When you just pull what you have. Hey, what's in your hands, right? You pull what you have together and you use that. And so join me on the next video, and that'll be the vision board video.